All right, everybody, we are live outside. We are under this little covering because it has just started raining, and as you all know, I'm starting to get a little sick. These guys out here, they wouldn't mind being out in the rain. They ride in the rain. They are the Pecan City Peddlers. I'm joined with Michelle Moulton, Gene Clark, and Ed Hudson, who is the vice president, soon to be president of the Pecan City Peddlers. Thank you all so much for waking up with us. My first question, pecan or pecan City Peddlers?
Well, we call it pecan.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that do call it pecan, but Pecan City Peddlers.
Okay, I don't know if you guys know, I just moved down here a few months ago, so I'm still trying to get all the pronunciation of things down here. But you are a biking group. What exactly does that mean?
Well, we actually just enjoy cycling. I think for the most part it's fun. Obviously the exercise you get, you're outside and the weather, the elements, even on a day like today we would be riding. I mean, it's not real bad. It's only 61 degrees. So, but we mostly ride for fun, and a lot of people are a little more serious about their fun than others. And a couple of them are with us today. You can ask them questions about that as well. Sure.
Now, you've got all levels, but you also have all ages as a part of your group.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, Dr. Clark here is 82.
Wow, and looks fantastic.
Yeah. We have Michelle's son, who's 11, has started riding with us also. So we have all age groups.
Very cool. Now, obviously the benefits of exercising, but why else would somebody join one of these cycling groups, excuse me?
Well, just to be outside and do things. You have a lot of nice members that you meet there. You form groups. We go out of town on trips. We have regularly scheduled rides. We do a breakfast ride once a month where the club pays for the breakfast. Everybody gets together. We ride out to somewhere and have breakfast at a restaurant.
Now, when they say they ride out to a breakfast place, you're not riding to like Denny's or Cracker Barrel down the street. You guys are going counties away, right?
Absolutely. There are groups that are going 80 to 100 miles a weekend on a single ride. Most of the group rides are maybe from 30 to 50 miles. So we make a day of it sometimes.
Yeah, 30 to 50 miles, just for a little bike ride. All right, now, where all can people find out more information about you if they're interested in joining you?
We have a great website. It's called pecancitypeddlers.org, O-R-G, and it just has a lot of information on there. We have a forum on there. You can go on there and keep up with us and see where people have been riding. We have ride reports on there. It's a wealth of information.
Very cool. Now, I'm assuming if people go to this website, they're also going to find out about your annual nut roll that you've got coming up.
Absolutely. The nut roll is a big charity event, our big charity event of the year. This past year was the 8th annual nut roll. We had over 300 riders attend. And of course, there's a ride there for everybody. It starts at 30 miles and goes all the way up to a century, which is 100 miles.
Wow, 100 miles. I can't even imagine. All right, well, you guys see that these folks are dressed up in all their riding gear. These aren't just tying up some laces and hopping on a bike. We're going to hear more from them when we come back. All right, everybody, we're going to get strapped up and go for a little bike ride. You ready to come with us? No, I'm just kidding. Once again, I'm joined with Gene Clark and Michelle Moulton. They are Pecan City Peddlers, and we are talking all about their gear because this isn't what I wear when I bike ride, but you guys are dressed to the nines in bike riding. Talk to me a little bit about, first, the bike that you've got here.
Well, this is Trek, and it's made of carbon. If you pick it up, you can see I can hold this bike with one finger.
So I bet that's real light and nice on long bike rides.
Yes, and the mechanics on it are very good.
Now, does that make pedaling up hills a lot easier?
Yes.
That was always
gears too.
Okay, that was always my least favorite part about bike riding is the hills.
Yeah, well, that's part of it.
All right, now talk to me about your helmet. Safety first, always wearing a helmet?
Always, always, always. You cannot ride in the club without a helmet.
Okay.
I'll send you back.
Very cool. Now you have some special shoes on as well. Talk to me about these shoes that you've got.
These shoes clip on and attach to the pedals so that I can pull up and as well as push down, and so that my feet are always in perfect place on the pedal to get the best energy.
When you're saying the push and the pull, that means when you're pedaling, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm learning all types of things about bike riding today. All right, now again, we have Michelle Moulton, and once again, she is dressed to the nines in bike riding gear, and you have some fancy technology to go along with your bike ride. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, you're talking about our Garmin's that we use and all that.
I thought it was a GPS system in case you got lost on a bike ride, but it's not quite that.
Everybody there's different types. You can just get the smaller ones that are a little more inexpensive that can just keep up with your speed and your time. Mine has a little more to it. It can keep up with my cadence. I actually have a power meter on my bike, so it can also keep up with my wattage. And it can do, I can download it onto my computer and use it as a training tool.
Very cool, very cool. Now, again, it's starting to drizzle a little bit out here, but that weather doesn't stop you all. You bike ride all winter long.
That's correct. Our training season, getting ready for the next race season, because I'm on the race team, it actually starts around December when most people are thinking they're going to get inside. That's when we actually start doing our long miles.
No excuses for that holiday wait here. All right, so how do you all stay warm? It looks like you've got lots of nice warm clothes. How do you stay warm on races in the winter?
First thing is, I always say you need a base layer. This has a wind stopper. And so we always wear a base layer. We have the vest that always work good. Depending on the weather, here you can usually get away with a vest. We actually have the arm warmers that we use. So you just slide them on, and you pull them up like here. So, and then if you get hot in the middle of the ride, you can always push them back down.
Okay.
Then
And if you only get a little hot, you can just push them halfway down.
Exactly. These are actually knee warmers. You pull them on, and they cover right here.
Because I bet your knees get all that wind when you're biking right away.
Yes, that's exactly right. And you can the good thing about these is if you're mid-ride, once you've warmed up, you can always slide them off, stick them in your back pocket, and you're good to go. I always recommend, if it's 60 or below, I'm wearing full finger gloves because my hands get really cold, especially being out there so exposed. So I recommend a good pair of windstopper gloves. I'm all about windstopper because
Nobody likes wind, and these guys are going, I'm sure, pretty fast on these bike rides.
a lot of people don't realize this, but these are actually shoe covers. They keep your feet warm. You slide them over right here, and they have openings on the bottom. So you're
Now, do your feet actually get that cold when you're biking?
Yes. If it's 50 degrees or so and you're out there for a while, the biggest problem I have is my nose, my hands, and my toes. So like the socks I have on today, they're my wool socks. So yeah, I try as much as we ride in the cold weather, I try to be fully prepared.
Very cool, very cool. Now, another important thing, we've got the safety of the helmet, all your bike riding gear, but nutrition and hydration is pretty important too when you're bike riding. Tell me a little bit about that.
Hydration is huge, especially around here, especially in the summer when it's so hot. And especially, I have a problem on the longer rides in cooler weather because I don't get as thirsty because I'm not nearly as sweaty, but so I have to make myself drink. So what we try to do is we try to say you go through about a bottle an hour.
Okay.
And I always, G2, Gatorade, water, but you will definitely want to stay hydrated. You start cramping on a bike and you're pretty much done.
Yeah. And then you're all the way biked out somewhere and you have to get home somehow.
Yeah, you're calling somebody to come get you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Pecan City Peddlers, you guys have over 100 riders, correct?
That's great. We have 176 active members.
Wild. 176 active members about to get into your training season for the big racing season coming up. All right. Well, once again, what was the website people can find out more information about y'all?
It's pecancitypeddlers.org.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much. Definitely get out there, ride a bike today. The rain's not stopping them or the cold weather. And we'll be back with more Good Day after this. Stay with us, everyone.